All right. So we have another question from Simple Person. What a name. Saying, question for y'all. How did the transition from high school to college go? Well, this is kind of on point with the last question too. How did the transition from high school to college go? I know it was a long time ago, but I'd love to hear and maybe some tips. Yeah, I guess lead that on
I
as
could
well.
tell you the thing that I remember most from. I waited till the last day to pick what college I was going to.
Damn.
I'm telling you, like 10 minutes before the deadline, I was like, I cannot make my mind up. I ended up choosing Syracuse. Don't regret it at all. It was great. But the first week of college, I remember I had the worst homesick.
Oh, man.
Oh, homesickness. I was so distraught. Like it was so, because I didn't know anyone there.
Yeah.
I was hoping my buddy was going to go with me, and he didn't end up going with me. So I was like, just so like lonely, lost.
Were you still living at home or?
No.
You,
Went to Syracuse, up to
okay,
Syracuse. So it's
okay.
like a 4.5 hour drive from where I was living.
Okay.
From New Jersey. It's upstate New
See,
York.
I don't know the.
True. I probably should have mentioned that. It's kind of stupid. Yeah. So it's 4 hour drive away. So I'm there alone. I'm up there in my dorm, and it's different. First week was tough. I didn't know anyone. I was trying to meet people like during the events they have it for freshmen, like orientation, and it just felt like I just couldn't. I was trying really hard to make friends with people, and like just wasn't connecting
Guys,
at
my name's
all.
Matt, bro. I like making videos.
Yeah,
bro.
dude. Hey, man, it's me. I make YouTube videos. Like, what's up? I'm from New Jersey.
What do you like playing?
I like to make music. Like, I like to mix music. That's what I did freshman year a lot.
I want to see some of that.
I have pictures of me like my shirt off, like a little DJ set.
Dude, I swear, like if you go back to like older videos on your channel, you look like I don't use this word often, but you look like such a player. Dude.
Really?
You just
Oh, I was not. I was not at all, dude.
Were you wearing earrings at one point?
I did have earrings.
That's
yeah.
so crazy.
Well, that's just a Jersey thing, dude. All the boys had earrings. All of them.
But
It
to
was like a
me,
real
I
Italian
guess
Guido type situation.
That's what it is. It's for me like Alabama.
Oh
to
yeah,
Jersey.
I could see it. I played right into the stereotype
Yeah.
for sure. So, but yeah, no, the first week was like tough, and then I forget what it was, but there was some event that happened where I like started to meet some people, and that's when I met my roommate Arland, who's one of my great friends still, and
Awesome.
we hit it off, and that from then point on it was like great. So the transition, it can be tough, man. It's like it's a big difference, right? You don't have your family, you don't have like your hometown friends anymore. If you go to a school that's far away, you probably won't know anyone there.
Yeah.
So you just got to really try to be open and be positive and optimistic about meeting new people and knowing that even if it's really lonely right now, it will absolutely get better. And it's going to be, college will be 4 of the best years of your life, I think. There's so many fun experiences to have in college you just can't get elsewhere. So you got to embrace it and really enjoy it. That's my advice.
The thing I would say for me is that in general, the thing that I always say when somebody asks about like, oh, I'm college for the first time, like what is that like? Try to get involved. Really, really try to get involved.
Yes.
If there's any tip I can say, it's just the greatest thing. And we talked about this a little bit before about, do you need to go to college and all that kind of thing? But honestly, the greatest thing you get out of college, one of the best parts is just networking and meeting people, right? So meeting people and just learning the social cues of like how to do that. It sounds crazy because I mean, you know people in high school, and you're like, oh, I already know how to meet people. But like really, like when you're in college, you have to get out of your shell a little bit. You have to be like, oh, if I want to meet some people, I need to look on the college website right now and find a club, that pertains to stuff that I like and want to meet those people. And that's something I honestly regret a lot. I say this when people ask on stream and stuff, but I regret in some ways putting a little bit too much time into content creation because all the time it would be like, oh, I need to be home to record. I don't want to be a part of a club on every Wednesday night or whatever.
It takes away time.
Because that could be a video time for me or a stream. It was mostly videos back then for me.
Yeah.
And so I did that a lot. I would just kind of be like a little loner in my room. And granted, I was super lucky. I was a little bit different from you. You said you didn't know a ton of people when you started?
I don't know anyone.
Yeah, see, I luckily, because Alabama, a lot of people from my hometown went to Auburn. Like we were all going to Auburn kind of thing. A good amount of my high school senior class went to Auburn. And like my best friend DC, who's been my best friend for God knows how long, since like 3rd grade, right? He went to Auburn, and we were roommates the entire time through the 4-year span. And they were roommates. But but like I had DC, I had my friends from back home there, and
That probably made you more unwilling to
exactly
expand your
yeah,
friend base. And
I think that's what it was, is because as much as that was absolutely amazing, and I definitely don't regret living with DC and those guys, it was almost like a safety net though.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, I'm living there. And also, I never experienced a dorm, by the way.
You didn't have a dorm?
We lived in an apartment. There was 4 of us.
Wow. As a freshman?
As a freshman.
Oh, come on. You don't even know the pains of a college dorm room?
Didn't have to
Bro,
experience.
try waking up at 6 a.m. to your roommate, like trying to quietly have sex. Worst thing ever. Worst thing ever, dude. You're in the same room, like 10 feet apart, and they're like, it's like, like really slowly hear the creaking
can't even
bed.
imagine that
Terrible.
scenario.
It's 6 a.m. and I like barely got any sleep from the night before, and I'm like, just not. Just wait.
In the same room?
Same room. Oh yeah. Forget about it, dog. Bro, I come home sometimes and I just be dead ass, bro. Straight up. That like this is. You don't even know. You don't even know. You don't even know. Oh my Lord.
Dude, I've never experienced that. I have no idea.
You don't.
Dude, people are that like brave.
Well, I mean, we were
bro.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
No.
Bluntly,
Right,
yes.
Like not bunk bed.
No, not a bunk bed.
But like 6 feet apart.
The room,
8 feet. 10 feet.
I'd say like 10 feet.
That's all right. This is almost another rabbit hole.
It's like this. It's bigger than this room. It's like a big box, wide open. There's no like divider. There's no 2 doors.
So you can like clearly see.
It's one big box. His bed's on one side. My bed's on the other side. We had 2 desks in the middle. That's it. I hear everything. I see everything.
Why? But why? Dude, this blows my. I would never do that. People are so brave, man.
Well, I don't know. I was tight with him and with her too. Actually, it's funny because I actually later on ended up getting with her. Actually, was it before? No, it was before he got with her. It was before he got with her. Yeah, I had already gotten with her, and then they ended up dating, and so it was like not like it wasn't like that. It wasn't that because I'd already seen her naked like. Anyway, this is not important. This is not important. This is not relevant. Jess is going to be like, oh, why'd you say that story? It was nothing. Literally not important at all. This was freshman year, like way early on. But yeah, it happened. Like it happened.
That's crazy.
Dude, dorm life, the worst.
Nah,
it's the best and the worst.
See, I didn't have a ton of I have my own room.
That's great.
I never
Good
lived.
for you. You privileged little bitch.
It was in Alabama though. Look, we had nothing.
Yeah, fair enough. What? So for freshman and sophomore year, I had a dorm, but then, well, actually, junior year I had a dorm too because we elected to do one. Senior year I had an apartment. I had a huge ass room senior year.
See, we had a. All I remember is my first apartment. There was 4 of us. There was one guy, Tanner, living legend. He was a senior when we were all freshmen. So the 3 of us were freshmen, and then we had Tanner as like this senior who knew what he was doing, and he just kind of like show us the ropes of what was going on. And yeah, and Auburn allowed you to live in an apartment your freshman year, and we decided to do it. And dude, I just remember my desk space though. It was like the way the desk space was like built. It was clearly for somebody with a MacBook. It was like clearly just you have a MacBook
And that's it.
and that's it. There is no mouse pad needed, right?
Just
it was like I'm trying to like show
box.
us visually, but I'm gonna like stand up. Well, actually, I don't want to talk away from the mic, but literally like this was the desk space was like this or something. It was super tight and it was like an indent into the wall, so there was no way to like redo it. And that was like this. And what's crazy is that room is like the room where all the Chronicle stuff happened and all that. And it's crazy. I somehow made it work. I like squeezed the camera, the webcam in there.
Nice.
And all that kind of stuff. But I did have my own room though. I was very fortunate with that. But look, I had the safety net. I really did have a safety net.
Yeah, did the exact opposite.
I was living with DC and friends, and even though I just met Tanner that year, really, it was still like, oh, I have friends that I already know, and a
Yeah.
bunch of other people at Auburn that I already knew, and I regret a lot about that in some ways because I didn't really go, hey, I want to be a part of the video club or you know
Right.
like whatever you want to do, anime club, like anime club's like a meme to me.
Yeah,
but,
it definitely is not a thing. Maybe it is. I don't know.
no, it definitely is.
Oh,
Oh,
really?
you definitely can be a part of the anime club in a lot of places. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
They have everything, dude. There's chess
Well,
clubs.
see, I wasn't in clubs. I was in a fraternity, so that was like the never-ending club essentially. Like the party club, I guess you could call it.
Oh, no. Dude, that's a whole other podcast.
Oh,
episode
we'll
in
get to
itself.
that. I have some college stories, as you can
Yeah.
kind of see. But yeah, I think
I do too, but I just didn't live.
No, we'll
I
do
didn't
that.
live
Let's do
that
that.
close.
Maybe that's the next episode. I don't know.
That'd be pretty cool.
We'll see. Anyway, we should keep going because we're
Yeah, but basically tips. Please go out of your comfort
Yes.
zone
yes.
and meet people.
You'll meet some of your best friends there.
Yeah,
if
you
you
truly
do
do.
go out and really try.
Yeah, but the transition to high school to college, God, it was a lot better. It was a lot better in high school, honestly.
What?
High school sucked.
Oh, it was a lot better than high school.
Yeah.
I thought you said better in high school. It's like,
No,
are you out of your mind?
Dan.
Okay, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, high
college
school-
is
dude,
way better
dude,
than high school.
When people are like, yo, remember the high school days? I'm like,
no,
no.
no.
If you're in
college
high
is
school, seriously, guys, if you're in high school right now, please understand that college is so much better.
so much better.
So much better.
You experience freedom for the first time, even if you're in a
Yeah.
dorm with your whatever roommate.
I was 4 hours away from home too, so I had a little bit of that homesickness too.
Yeah,
But I really enjoyed just.
but
being able to-
once you get used to it and then go back to being at home, you're like, oh my god, this is so much better to have my own space
Yeah.
and not have to like hear about when to go to bed or what to do or how much video games I'm playing or like anything. There's no fuss. You just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's great.